Hey golfers, Erika Larkin here. I did an Instagram Reels video the other day, really quick summary of 5 ways to wedge. And I had a ton of requests to go into detail about how I hit each one of those shots. So I decided to make a YouTube video for you all with a full tutorial. And we're going to start with option number 1, which is the intentional blade. Now I've got a very short target here. It's off season. I don't even have a flag in the ground, but this is roughly about an 8-yard shot. And I'm going to hit my 58-degree wedge for all the shots today, so you can see how versatile the technique can be with just one club to change your options. Now, what's the smartest play? Well, that's a conversation maybe for later or another time. But the intentional blade might as well be a putt. And if your surface is very, very tight and firm and predictable, by all means putt it. If you feel like you need a little bit of lift or you have just a funky lie, learning how to blade the ball intentionally with the side of your wedge is a good skill to have. It's helpful if you're up against the rough, or you just want to kind of give it a little bump and run start without truly flying in the air a whole lot. So this is what I'm going to do here, the intentional blade. I'm going to hit the equator of the ball with the middle of the leading edge of the wedge. Okay, so you can see that rolled out really nicely. I just used a putting stroke, kept my body really still, and just tried to focus on simply connecting the leading edge with the middle of the ball. If I went underneath it, I could have a problem and just chili dip it on the green. If I top it, ball's also not going to roll out well. So it's a great thing to learn how to do in certain situations, or you can just use your putter or a hybrid and just kind of get the ball rolling. So that's certainly option number 1. Get the ball on the ground, keep the ball on the ground, putt when you can, chip when you can't putt, pitch only when you have to kind of strategy. All right, now for the fun part, option number 2 is going to be a basic bump and run chip. Now you might try this with a 9 or an 8 iron, you're going to get more roll. But with my 58-degree club or any wedge, I'm going to stand up the handle, get nice and tall with my posture, choke down on the grip as needed, and pressure my front leg a little bit so that the shaft very slightly leans forward. So I do feel like the club is sitting a bit on its toe as I'm demonstrating this, and I do feel very upright with my posture and close to the ball in that regard. My pressure is over the ball, my arms are hanging, and I'm just going to give it a little torso rotation. Ooh, go in. All right, nice. So low trajectory, even with a 58, it kind of felt, I'm not going to say thin because it was crisp, but the sound is a little bit more clicky because we are delofting the face enough just to really connect with it to produce that low forward rolling ball flight. All right, option number 3 is going to be a pretty common choice for a lot of you. A basic, we'll say, open face chip shot. So I'm going to take my 58 square or slightly open, but play it like the bump and run, pressuring my front leg, keeping my nose a little bit ahead of the golf ball. Ball position is somewhere between middle and a little bit back in my stance. With the face slightly open, it's going to pop it up a little bit more. Okay, I landed the ball halfway. Ooh, almost hold that out. So that was nice because it did elevate the ball flight a little bit. If there was a little hill in front of me or I had a bit more of a fluffy lie, that's a nice option. So the 58-degree wedge, slightly open face that's set up from the front, it would look something like this, the way I had my setup, and then just a no wrist swing. And I think that's the key point of separating that from the next one, is it's just a no wrist, very quiet, hands and arms kind of swing. Just simply body rotation on top of that left leg. All right, option number 4 is going to be a pitch shot. Now this is where I'm going to keep the same club face orientation, but move the ball position a little bit more forward in my stance and start to widen my stance. I'm also going to change my posture a little bit to sit down a little bit more in my legs. So I'm creating more space now between myself and the ball and lowering the handle back to what feels like a normal position. I would say chipping was more compact and in here, and now as I start to get into more of this soft pitch, I'm going to give myself a little bit more room to expose more loft and more bounce. So now my wrists are a little softer. They're not super active. I'm going to save that for shot number 5, but this is going to fly higher, which means I need to fly it just a little bit farther. Okay, I landed it right next to the hole. A little aggressive on the carry distance, but you get the point. The ball flight was higher, and respectively, it really rolled a minimal amount. So could we say that was an 80% carry, 20% roll shot? And so dialing that into whatever the distance of the shot you have is also a nice option when you need a little bit more carry distance and a soft landing. It's a fancy enough shot to get the job done in situations where you are short-sighted and you want minimal roll without taking on the risk of option 5, which is ultimately the flop shot. Flop shots are the most scary around the green, especially from a tight lie. Let's see if I can pull this off on the first try. I might need a mulligan. We'll see. Is that ball broken? Oh no, it's okay. All right, I don't want any excuses now, right? So I'm going to really get the handle low. I'm going to sit down, but I'm going to keep my chest upright because if I get my chest over here, I'm in my own way. I'm going to steepen the shot more than I want. So I'm going to really sit down, keep my chest upright, and immediately elevate the club shaft to a vertical position, at which point the face was open. It stays open. I'm going to really unhinge through and under the ball in what I call an under release and finish in an umbrella pose on the other side. So shaft is going to re-elevate. So I put it all together. It's going to look something like that. Forward ball position. Pressure is still left. You can see my posture adjustment. Oh boy, I'm a little bit nervous to do this on demand. Here we go. Oh, that was pretty good. A little bit far, but hopefully you can see the trajectory was right. That was pretty bold, pretty brave. I'll do one more, see if I can make it even a little bit shorter, closer. That's the tough part. Oh yeah. What? Wow. I mean, it's like one take right here. Give me some creds. All right, if you like this video, comment below, give me a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be amazing. I will try to get back on YouTube, you guys, and give you some more content. 2022, start the year off fresh for you all. I've kind of been neglecting this channel for a while and been busy on Instagram and a lot of other projects. So thanks so much for watching. If you got any questions or comments, leave them down below. Follow me on Insta. And go look through some of my old videos. And there's some great content on here. I've done some really fun edutainment style videos, music videos. If you're new to this channel, go check them out. And leave your requests down below as well for other videos you'd like for me to cover this year as I make some new, fresh content for you. I hope you enjoyed the 5 ways to wedge. We'll see you next time here. Signing out, Erika Larkin from Creighton Farms Club in Aldie, Virginia.